Alright, quick and easy lesson here. Geometry. We are in Chapter 12, Lesson 3, Surface Area of Pyramids and Cones. Okay, so if we're looking at a pyramid, a regular pyramid, the altitude is at a right angle on the center of the base. A non-regular pyramid, the altitude is still at a right angle on the base, but it doesn't necessarily go to the center. Now this edge along the side here is called the lateral edge. That is important to know. And a slant height is at a right angle going along the outside of the pyramid. So slant height, important to know. Lateral edge, altitude, and altitude is different from slant height. Alright, so here's our formula. We have the perimeter times the slant height, L. L stands for slant height. You're going to want to make a note of that for yourself because that'll be hard to remember, that L is not length in a pyramid. This L in italics is slant height. P is the perimeter of the base, and capital B is the area of the base. Alright, so if we know this, we know the altitude, and we know that one side here is 12. We can use the Pythagorean theorem to find the slant height. Okay, so we'll do a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and since this length is 12, half of it is 6, so we have 6 for b, and then solve that for L, square root it, and we get a slant height of square root of 292 times the area of the base, 12 by 12, and that is approximately, there you go, type all that in, and you get approximately 554.1. Alright, looking at a cone, similar situation here. We have the slant height that goes along the outside. Okay, that's the slant height. And then the altitude, also called the axis, would be if I spin that, it spins on its axis here. Okay, looking at an oblique cone, notice that the altitude is not the same as the axis in an oblique cone. Alright, our formula here for the lateral area that's just around the outside, lateral area is pi r times the slant height, pi r L. So the surface area here is pi r L times pi r squared. Okay, here's an example. We know pi r L times pi r squared, so radius here would be half of the 14.8, so 7.4, times the slant height, 15, times pi times radius squared. Type it in, and there you go. That's all there is to this.